guys, it's Lucy with Explore Scientific, and I know what you're thinking. Where is Annie? It's fine. She's not here, so you're stuck with me instead. Welcome to this week's episode of Learning Through Play. I think I saw we rolled the how do you know beginning, but whatever. We're here now, and that's what matters. Today we have an...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I kept
That's
thinking
okay.
it was Monday.
That's okay. We're here, and we're doing it, and we're ready for it. So I had the pleasure of picking out everything that we're doing all by my lonesome today. So I also get to pick what we start with. I know we have not, or I don't know that we have not, but I don't think we have done our Discovery compact binoculars yet. I know we've been doing our Bresser binoculars for a while, but I decided it was time for a change. So today we are doing our, like I said, Discovery compact binoculars. They come with this cool little carrying case. I know I'm always ranting and raving about the carrying cases, and I never actually have them out here with me, so we're changing that today. It Velcros shut, which is awesome. It comes with this super convenient little strap to carry it around on. So this one does not have a diopter on the right eye, but it is small, compact, and it has little rubber grips for tiny hands. So we've talked before about how you focus your binoculars, you hold them up and you use your diopters. I believe we have a video on how to focus your binoculars that Paul so conveniently has all the time. But I'm going to give him a little bit to get it because I did send you a list this morning. I'd like to add. I sent a list. And these you could actually see pretty close up on. Like I'm looking directly at the camera and it's in perfect focus. I know something that we always bring up is that we can't see the camera because it's too close. So these are also good for close-up viewing, far away viewing. Like I said before, they're compact. They are really convenient, you know, just to stick in your center console or maybe like in the side of your car door, something like that, just for on the go in case you weren't planning on, you know, bird watching and just, you know, last second. But like I said, great for tiny hands. They are so small, they make me feel like a giant. It's crazy. I mean, look at it compared to my hand. I like to think that I have tiny hands, but apparently not. So these have a quick focus wheel. They're great for nature watching. Got 30mm lenses. They're part of our, you know, outdoor exploration gear. I think you pair this with like the magnifying glass with the LED lights and I think the metal detector. I know there was certain other products that it like recommended you pair them with. But I think I see that video that I was talking about. So I'm gonna let Paul run that. Not yet. He's going to run it in his own time. I'm just going to say that because every time I try to lead into it, I'm early. So I'm just going to let Paul do his thing and I will sit in the passenger seat. So anyway, like I said before, this only has one diopter. It's in the middle, but it's fast focus. So it's a lot more fast paced. You just look at something, turn it till it's clear and ta-da, it's a lot more simple. But it always is good to know how to focus your binoculars, which is why we're doing that. So super cute. This one, it's not detachable like our Bresser binoculars are, but it does come apart in the middle, so you just snap it off if you want to take that choking hazard away, just in case you plan on walking away. I wouldn't recommend it because, you know, supervision is key.
I'm the director.
Yes, he is the director.
You're not.
I'm not the director. I like to act like the director sometimes, but I catch myself. So, like I said, Paul's going to run that video in his own time, and we're just going to fill the space by talking. These are lightweight, compact. They're made to encourage on-the-go adventure. Like I said, like they're super convenient. Put them in your carrying case. And the carrying case has this little loop on the back, so you can put it on your belt or maybe like a hardware belt or whatever those are called, where you like put tools on them. I don't know. I don't do a whole lot of carpentry, so it's not just for carpentry though. But see,
no.
Paul's trying to figure his audio out. I had my audio ready to go. I was actually a little ahead of schedule. Can you hear Paul? Oh, Tyler said absolutely amazing. Thank you, Tyler. I like to think I am. So these come with this cute little cloth to clean your lenses, because we know that Small hands can also sometimes mean sticky hands. I know when I was a kid, I was always dirty. You could not keep me clean for anything. So, you know, when you've got sticky, greasy hands and they just stick them right on the lens, you've got this
There we go.
convenient
Now
little thing. And I think Paul is trying to tell me that he has that video ready. So
No.
dang. Taking all the wrong cues. These are for ages 5 and up.
She wants off camera so badly.
I don't want off camera. I'm just trying to get the video right. They need to know how to focus their binoculars in case they already don't know.
You know.
I know, but you might not. That's what I'm trying to get to here. But
Whatever.
So, anyway, like I was saying, sticky hands, small hands, same thing. But try not to touch the lenses.
Facebook not working? They're
Is
saying
Facebook not
that
working?
possibly Facebook's not working.
Well,
So let me
Tyler
see.
commented on Facebook, and I see his comment over here. So I don't know if that speaks for anything. Pekka says, howdy everyone, Facebook commentaries don't work. That's where you got that from. I just hadn't read all the way yet.
But they seem to be working.
Maybe
I
they're
don't
just not
understand
looking for.
why they wouldn't be.
I don't know, but Pekka, I see you're coming from YouTube, so I'm glad you found an alternative and were able to get through to us. Since I'm by myself today, I extra special appreciate any comments, questions, or concerns you might have because I don't have Annie to talk to, so I'm just kind of up here spouting on my own. So if you want to participate, it's super appreciated. I'm going to try and pronounce your first name, and if I'm wrong, I'm so sorry. I'm just uncultured. Bavesh, I believe that's how that is. Hi, Lucy. Interesting stuffs. I have a Bushnell reflector telescope, 114 by 900, quite good enough to view moon and planets. That is awesome. I'm so glad that you have a setup that works for you. That sounds super awesome. I'm a little new to the astronomy community, so a lot of things just go right over my head. But I am learning, and I'm doing really good. You can ask Kent. Pekka says Tyler has extra benefits on Facebook somehow. Yes, Tyler gets away with anything that he wants, and I strongly believe that.
No, that's absolutely not true.
And Annie says, oh, we can hear Paul. Yay. That's always exciting when you can hear Paul.
Well, you asked me to help you fill the content.
Yes,
So.
I did ask Paul for something, and he's just responding like the great director that he is. Anyway, I have just skewed way off the track. We were talking about these awesome Discovery compact binoculars, and I just went way off the rails. So that's my bad. So I'm still waiting on that how to focus your binoculars video. I would
All
like
right,
to
so
add.
here, let's see. We got the focusing, right?
Yes.
And
Show
Clearly
'em
binoculars, not
Other
only
side.
during hunting season, but times like
Yeah.
this when it's time to start scouting. But there's one thing you need to do when you get your binoculars that a lot of people don't realize. You need to set them up for yourself. Everybody's eyes are a little bit different. And here's how I do it. It's simple and easy. Just take the binoculars and just kind of grab good focus on an object. And I go and put my hand over the left lens. The diopter ring, which is on the right side, I will go ahead and adjust that until that right eye is in focus. Once it is, I take the hand off the other side, both eyes in focus, and you're ready to go. It's simple and easy, and it's a must that you do this before you go out and use them. You know, good optics are a must
I
for
was
a hunter.
freezing, so I put this on. So give me a sec. I just can't comprehend how to operate buttons. So we're gonna watch me struggle with that for a good like 30 seconds or however long it takes me. But anyway, thank you, Rick White, for telling us.
I've got you.
Huh? What?
Thank goodness for NASA videos.
you, NASA, for that lovely video that we got to watch instead of watching me struggle with buttons. Okay, while we were doing that.
Place your microphone on the outside.
Yes, I can. See, I promise I was organized before this, but it just didn't stick. I'm in this very fashionable Explore Scientific polo now because I was cold. So while we did that, I moved on because I ran out of stuff to say about our binoculars. This is our Discovery Sky and Nature Scope. I know we have talked about it before, but I have the carrying case this time that I'm always ranting and raving about because I love carrying cases. It's this awesome velvet fabric that is just so satisfying to touch. Much like a pirate scope, like we've said before, it just extends right out. And believe it or not, this is not the end of the functionality because this sliding focusing mechanism is actually how you focus. You know, you slide in to get a little closer and you slide out to get a little farther away. I don't believe that, no, I cannot focus on the cameras in these. It is way too close. I can, however, look over there and read what Noah's doing. I could read what Paul's doing. I can be all kinds of nosy from over here on this side of the camera because, you know, that's what you use this stuff for. If we're being honest, everybody's nosy. Anyway, so you can see up to 8 times closer with this. It's handheld, obviously. You extend the eyepiece to adjust focus. It's got a large lens for bright viewing. It's got this awesome picture of the moon on the back. I don't know if you can see that from where you are, but it's great for sky gazing, obviously seeing the moon since there's a picture of it on the back. You could look at planets. I don't know how well you could see the planets, but if you can see the stars, you could at least see the planets just a little bit. So yeah, Sky and Nature Scope, it's great for taking on hiking. So, you know, you can see things on Earth farther away, or maybe at night you can see things in space farther away. Carrying bag that I'm always raving about, 8 times closer, and I feel like I've hit all my points. So, I'm just missing so much. I'm so sorry, I'm just doing my own thing. So
You're fine. It's okay.
Pekka says, and never borrow your binoculars to someone who knows what to do, because your own calibration is way off. Yes, calibrating your binoculars is done on a case-by-case basis. Somebody else cannot focus your binoculars for you because their eyes are almost always going to be different. I was blessed. I was born with perfect vision, not to brag on myself, but only a little. These are just for my computer. But, so yeah.
Whatever.
I know, I'm just an angel child. So, but you know, if somebody has, you know, like 8 out of 20 on one side and then 10 out of 20 on the other side, I hope not because that's terrible, but you know, focus your binoculars based on how you can see, not how somebody else can see, because then it won't be accurate. Annie says, it's a joke, Paul. We love hearing you and talking to you. Yes, we do love hearing Paul, even though we pick on him a lot. Maybe a little too much, but it's okay. And Pekka says, after some rework and never ever borrow your binoculars, same thing. So yeah, basically I already covered that. We're gonna move on to something else. So.
Squirrel.
Yeah, I know. So. This is also something that I personally have not done. We have done one of our other metal detectors, but today we're doing the Explore 1 metal detector, and for a change, I actually have the flashlight that comes with it. That has never happened before. I know for a fact it has not. So, our Explore 1 metal detector is great for...
Deep breaths.
Talk slower. It is outdoor exploration gear. It detects precious metals down to 6 inches below the surface. So it's great to take to either the beach or the creek or even just outside in your front yard. You really never know what you can find until you start looking. So, you know, nails, pennies, maybe like old artifacts, that would be super cool. Maybe you could find something that's like super precious that's been there for like 1,000,000 years. Probably not 6 inches down though.
What about 1 billion years?
1 billion, see that's even more unlikely, especially 6 inches down. It has
naysayer, just a naysayer.
I guess I am. It has a water-resistant coil. Could probably put this in front, huh? For searching puddles. So water-resistant, I would like to add, does not mean waterproof. So, you know, don't take it swimming, obviously. Don't throw it in the lake and wish it the best. But it can go in, you know, puddles, maybe like the shallow water at the creek to look under the rocks, things of that nature. It has a bright LED light on it for dark spaces, which I'm going to say again, I remembered to bring this time. So that's a new thing. It is for ages 8 and up. So like I said, in case you find something that maybe shouldn't be in tiny hands, like rusty nails, rusty anything. Tetanus is pretty nasty. Make sure that you are supervising your children when they are playing and learning and exploring, because the world is fun, but the world is also dangerous sometimes. So, metal detector. I feel like I've covered everything here. I talked really fast.
I've got B-roll.
You've got what?
B-roll.
B-roll? Is that metal?
B. The letter B.
B.
Roll.
Video. That
See,
makes
there it
sense.
is. It's already planned. So. Little kid, he's going around detecting stuff.
He's getting all this stuff, and he's being correctly supervised.
Well, maybe.
By the
That was
cameraman.
John, so who knows?
Who's John?
The guy before me. He filmed this one.
Ah.
Well, I filmed half of it. He filmed the other half.
Can't trust John. I don't know who John is.
I don't know
but
who John is. I don't think you can trust John. He may be watching. Be careful.
I'm sorry, John. What does Becca say? Those are forbidden in Sweden, but will apply a special license for looking after micrometeors. Huh.
What's wait, what? What's
Wait,
forbidden?
metal detectors are forbidden in Sweden? That's kind of cool, kind of sad. Why can't you have metal detectors? Dang. Wade says, I don't know, I think she could probably make it on QVC. I don't think so. I think I'm a little blah, 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 blah. But I'm doing well for my first time by myself.
How'd that go again?
Just like that. Pekka, I'm really sad to hear that metal detectors are forbidden in Sweden, but thank you for pitching that
really?
in, because I would have never known.
We need confirmation.
I mean, I am not culturally informed, which that should probably change, but probably won't anytime soon. So, just a recap of what I just said: coins, jewelry, precious metals, go metal detecting, find some cool stuff. But now we are doing our Discovery Biological Microscope. I was most excited for this, which is why I was kind of pushing it off, because I'm like, I shouldn't do the thing that I'm most excited about first, because then I'll never stop talking. I mean, I never stop talking anyway. So, 900 times power.
You're not supposed to stop talking.
Good point. My job is to talk.
See?
I chose the right line of careers. Okay, so 900 times power microscope set. Like I said, I was most excited about this. I love the hard case that it comes in, because something that Annie brings up a lot is like being able to put everything in one spot instead of having a bunch of little pieces all over your floor and under your couch and on your kitchen table. And so everything has a place. It has somewhere to go back to after it comes out of the box. So that's always fun from a parent perspective. I mean, I'm not a parent, so I usually live from the kid's perspective, and I'm just like, ooh, stuff, I want to put my hands on it. So we're going to flip this open, and we're just going to go for it. Because like I said, I was super excited. I don't think we've done this specific one on the show.
Pekka says getting a metal detector permit in Sweden is a little trickier than in other countries, but not impossible. In Sweden, you can own as many metal detectors as you want, but you are not, and then it cut off.
No, he said again, you are not allowed to use them. That's about the law. Permission is required to use it even on your own land and your plot. So you
Why?
can have them, you can't use them.
What's the, I don't
know.
I'm dumbfounded by
Maybe
that.
it's to like not acknowledge digging in certain areas for like, pipes and stuff like that. I don't know. That is, does like the permit come with the digging permit? Like to dig once you found something? I want to know more about this now. I'm going to research this later. But for now, we are focusing on this microscope. When I found this, whoever used it last had left the light flipped up, and so it was on. But there's not even a power button involved. You just, and shabam, the light's on. And that light comes through this little hole on our stage so that we can see through to our slides. This comes with 7 slide labels and slide covers that I believe are empty, and then it also becomes with loaded slides. Yes, 5 prepared slides, 7 blank slides. So you can find your own stuff. I'm struggling with a plastic container. There we go. So it comes with a bunch of cool stuff like a broad bean leaf, a leaf of a plant that I cannot pronounce and will not be attempting. I've humiliated myself enough. Apple, pollen, you get the idea. A bunch of cool junk. So, like I said, the unprepared slides, the blank slides, are great for exploring your own backyard, because you can get an idea of the little world that everything is living in, that you're not even a part of because it's so small. And it's almost incomprehensible, but it's comprehensible just enough to be like, wow, a lot like space. I am just neglecting the chat over here. So Pekka says historical items. That's why, just in case you find something historical, but why wouldn't they want you to have it? Doesn't that just preserve history? Or maybe if it got in the wrong hands, then it wouldn't be preserving history? I don't know. I don't understand how Sweden's government works, but I will be looking into it because it sounds cool. Osmosis says metal detecting is illegal in Sweden without a permit from the county archaeologist. I cannot pronounce that word and I will not be trying. Metal detecting is never legal for amateurs on the islands of Gotland and Åland in the Baltic, according to Google, and it never lies, right? Google never lies. I'm like 5,000%.
As Americans, we really don't have that, so it's going to be completely, well, what are they talking about?
Yeah,
It's
I'm just going to be
just
dumbfounded.
you know, America, we do what we want.
Yeah, we are very, very culturally ignorant. And I say we, not all of us, but me especially. I don't branch out enough. I really should. That's something that I should. That's going to be my New Year's resolution. Thank you, Pekka. You have inspired me to branch out. So I have gotten off topic for like the 10th time in the last 10 minutes. So more things that this come with. It comes with a Petri dish, and the Petri dish has a little ant like picture on it, so like that's what you should put in it, but I don't know. Make sure you release ants if you catch them in here. They are a very valuable part of the ecosystem, even though they don't seem like it. Leave the ants.
Can't convince me.
What?
Ants.
He just convinced you ants?
No.
Oh, to put them on the Petri dish.
No, you can't convince me to let them go.
Why? I thought you were saying Kent convinced you. Well, they're a valuable part of the ecosystem.
Yeah, but two ain't gonna hurt nothing.
It might hurt their family. What if they have a family? Paul is sick of my shenanigans. Wade says Murica. I agree. Murica. Pekka says, never look for archaeological objects forbidden in Sweden. If you have made important findings, you must report them to responsible persons or authorities. That really goes for everybody. If you find something that's like, wow, this is a huge cultural, historical, significant thing, you should probably report it to somebody because that's just good to know. What if they want to put it in a museum and put your name on it as the founder? That would be awesome. Imagine having your name in a museum.
A Paul Geosaurus.
Yeah, basically. That's the idea. But anyway, like I said, if you can't catch ants in your Petri dish, please let them go. I can't make you, but I can ask you. So this comes with brine shrimp eggs, sea salt, and then red and blue dye. I think you can hatch. Yeah, this is a little hatchery down here for your brine shrimp.
You're going to have to put it where the
I
camera can see.
was trying to take it out, but it wasn't working in my favor. I'm afraid if I stand this up, I'm just going to drop a bunch of stuff, you know?
That's okay.
Is it? Is it okay? We're going to...
Kent's broke most of the stuff anyway.
Honestly, that's fair. Annie did drop a slide, but it wasn't entirely her fault. I say entirely, so it was only a little. But anyway, so I'm just going to work at this from behind and hope that I'm pointing to the right thing. Ta-da! So create your own experiments. Go out in your backyard. Find something that you're like, that would be cool if I could see it from an ant's perspective, or even closer than that, because I don't even think ants' eyes can see microscopic things. So you can study specimens in stages using the 3 magnification powers, ranging from 100 times to 900 times. You change your magnification by, let me move this up a little bit. You change your magnification by switching, I could use my hand on the back, by switching these lenses. Well, I think our telescope or microscope last week had the lenses that you switched out at the actual eyepiece, and we referenced how most of them are like this. This is how this one is. So change your magnification by switching this little dude right here. I'm not going to use the sciencey terms for it because I'll be standing here thinking more than I'll be talking. So we slide our slides on this little stage. This light underneath here shines through the hole and illuminates whatever we're looking at. Our focusing knobs is what moves us closer and farther away to whatever you're observing. So you can get like that far away, and then you can get super duper close where you think you're about to like, yeah, I think you can get where you're like touching it. Don't do that though, because you won't be seeing anything and you might break your slides with your actual dilly. So, and I'm going to say dilly a lot because it's that much easier to call something a dilly. So
We need to break into Amazon.
we do need to break in. See, I've been talking for too long now.
No.
Thanks everybody for joining us.
Put you on hold for a second and we'll come right back.
Okay, bye-bye.
Where'd you go?
I'm right here. I was getting my screen up. Hi guys, my name is Lucy McLeod and I am here without Annie today. I know it's super crazy, but I'm just doing it by myself today. So I got the honor of picking all the products we're doing, prepping myself the best I can. I'm gonna try and do it in the same order that I've been doing so I can kind of keep a cohesive thought.
Start with the telescope.
Start with the telescope. You know, that's a good idea. So we're going to take Paul's suggestion and not knock anything over. We're going to do our CF400 Explore 1 telescope. That is right side up on that side. Yes, it is. So this is a 70 millimeter telescope with a Panhandle Mount, and it comes with a smartphone adapter for, you know, seeing things through your smartphone. So I'm going to bring it up over here. I would like to point out that the tripod is adjustable in this moment because I will be adjusting it to make it easier to talk about it. So I've got it extended all the way right now, so it's about waist, maybe a little above waist height for me right now. But I'm going to shorten it up a little bit so that we can have it on our tabletop right here, which it can become a tabletop telescope with just 3 little adjustments. So sliding that one up, and we're going to tighten it back down. Am I doing this? Oh, lefty loosey, righty tighty, get it in your head. So there we go, last one. And like I said, if you got any questions, comments, concerns, type them in the chat. I really need it today because I don't have Annie to talk to. I only have Paul, but Paul's a good person to talk to.
Yeah, you only have Paul.
I only have
How
Paul.
Terrible
but
can it be?
To be fair, I always ask for participation. So, and shabam. I think it's still a little tall, right? We'll just take it right there. That's like perfect. So, like I said before, it's got a panhandle mount. That's what this is right over here. This is our panhandle. It's very easy to move back and forth and up and down. I did that backwards, but we're not even going to talk about it. It comes with this super convenient little holding tray for your eyepieces. I don't know if you can see it very well, but it's got some bigger holes and some smaller holes for your bigger eyepieces, your smaller eyepieces, things of that nature. So it comes with our awesome, handy dandy red dot finder. I don't know if we've talked before about how to align your red dot finder, but I'm going to tell you, not in technical terms either. I'm just going to tell you in Lucy terms. So when you are aligning your red dot finder with your telescope, I suggest that you do it in the daytime. Just because it's going to be easier to see objects. So what you're going to do is you're going to find something super far away. Like you're going to have to go outside. It cannot be something in your house, like a stop sign or the top of a telephone pole or...
Take a half step to your left. There you go.
Yeah. So like I said, something super far away, you know, neighbor's house down the road, miles away. Miles is better than yards. Yards is better than feet. try miles away though, because this is made to see in space. So if you're trying to look at your neighbor's house right across the road, you're probably just going to see a big blob of the color of their house. So,
Or blue and red lights.
yeah, or that, either way. But, you know, it's probably just going to be really blurry. So, like I said, find something super far away. Once you found your object, make sure that it is centered in your eyepiece. So center your telescope on it. It's right in the middle. You know you've got it right in the middle. And that's when you're going to come up to your red dot finder. You're going to turn it on. I think this one turns on with a little turn over here. Now we've got two different ones, so I got to remember how they turn on individually. So the light comes on, you're going to make sure that it's centered, the reticle is centered in the middle. You're going to line up your red dot finder with whatever you're looking at, and now they're both looking at the same thing. Super convenient, super great for finding things. I know super great, whatever. So that now when you're looking for things in the sky, like the moon or a certain star or a planet, then you can find it through your red dot finder first and know that you're going to be able to see it when you look through your telescope. So that's super convenient. We're going to talk about actually this little sticker right here, do not look at the sun. I feel like that is a given, but I'm going to say it anyway. You will burn your eye out. This is super magnified light, so it's not good to look at the sun through it, obviously. Unless you have a sun filter, which we do sell. We have cardboard sun filters. You cut them to fit your telescope individually. They're super convenient. They're super easy to use. You do it yourself, so you know that you've got a good fit for your telescope. So our smartphone adapter, got that thing right over on the end here. Let me move it around so we can look at it. So we've got our eyepiece already in our telescope, and our smartphone adapter just screws right onto that eyepiece. You set your iPhone on it. You've got your camera positioned right over the eyepiece so that now whatever you see through your eyepiece, you're seeing on your smartphone, and you can take pictures. Astrophotography isn't just for people like Tyler with all that fancy equipment. You can do it yourself with the smartphone adapter. So awesome. I feel like I just had I know, I forget I'm not breathing. Like, that's
It's going
what
to
I need Annie here
hyperventilate
for.
and fall down in a
Yeah,
second.
because when Annie starts talking, that's when I breathe. So I need Annie here. Pekka said, pick a bird on the sky to align with. I personally don't recommend a bird because it will be moving. You should try to find something that won't be moving, just because it could take a good 5 minutes to get everything all lined up. Depending on your level of experience, sometimes it just takes a little longer. So I did not talk about our focusing mechanism here. So in order to focus, you just move these little knobs in and out. I know I'm covering my own face here, Paul, I'm sorry, from a director's standpoint. But yeah. But yeah, if you want to focus, you just move this knob in and out to look closer and or farther away. It's got a sliding focusing mechanism. So also super convenient, super easy to use. I don't believe that I've missed anything. It does have a downloadable star map. So on our website, or on Amazon, when you purchase this item, there should be an outlet to download the star map for it. So that's always fun. It comes with two eyepieces, a 12.5 and a 20 millimeter. Something that's probably not very known, or maybe it is very known and I just didn't know, is that the smaller the number, the higher the magnification. I didn't know that. I had to figure that out on my own. Actually, I didn't. I think Tyler's the one that told me. But yeah, so that's another thing that I didn't mention, is that when you are doing the alignment of your red dot finder, you should use the lower magnification eyepiece because it's going to be easier to see things that aren't necessarily a million miles away. So when I say lower magnification, that actually means the higher number. Remember that. Get it in your head, especially if you're going to buy a telescope. So.
Got your B-roll rolling next to you.
Yes, got B-roll rolling. Need to be aware of B-roll. B-roll.
No, you don't have to be aware of it. I mean, I'm just letting you know it's there.
Thank you. See, I don't need to be aware of it because I have Paul to tell me. Pekka says, take a diving hawk, they come down quite straight. You get good exercise to move the telescope at the same time. Pekka, are you just like a professional and you're trying to make it harder? I think that's what he's doing, is he's a professional and he's like, maybe I can just get her to do it my way. And then she'll just confuse herself. You could try doing it with a hawk if you're at Pekka's level. I, however, am not at Pekka's level. So I'm going to do it on something like a stop sign that's not moving. So now that we have covered our awesome Flossum telescope, I'm going to move over to our metal detector because that's always fun to talk about. We discovered not too long ago that it is illegal to metal detect in Sweden without a permit. I didn't know, you didn't know, now we all know. Or maybe you did know, and I'm just assuming to make myself feel better. So our Explore 1 metal detector, it's good for looking for, jewelry, coins. It detects precious metals up to 6 inches below the surface. It is for ages 8 and up. It is water resistant. I always like to point out that water resistant does not mean waterproof. Do not take it swimming, or at least try not to. Don't throw it in the ocean or anything like that. Pekka says, the stop sign don't move if we don't move. Meanwhile, you are aligning. Yes, he is 100% right. I'm glad we finally agree that we could just do it on a stop sign. So we've got our B-roll video rolling, showing you all the cool things that you can find, all the cool places you can go to the creek, go to the beach, go in your backyard, find something that your dad lost 3 years ago or something like that.
It comes with a little light that you can see in the dark.
With a little light that you can see in the dark that I remembered to bring. Good job, Lucy.
Put batteries in it?
Yes, you will have to put batteries in it. I believe it takes double
So you did not put batteries in it?
But it already has batteries in it.
Does it?
Yeah, see, it's turning on.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm basically a professional at batteries. So, like I said, 6 inches below the ground, so you can dig up things that you find, or maybe if it's in the sand, then it'll be a little easier to get to, but it's in the dirt, you'll probably have to have like a shovel or something like that. Make sure that you are watching your children while they're using this, just in case they find a rusty nail or another piece of rusty metal. Tetanus is nasty, nobody likes it. Make sure you get your tetanus shots. This takes one of those thick 9V batteries, so make sure you have one of those, and then 3 AAA batteries. 9 volt, it says 9V on it.
Yeah.
And that's just
volt.
easier to say. So like I said, ages 8 and up, it's awesome for taking on the go. Just keep it in your car in case you go on like a vacation. You just need to find some metal or something like that.
It works actually pretty good.
Get a humma.
It's okay.
And it makes, I don't know if I have any metal to put in front of it, maybe my shoe.
Ring on your finger?
I do have a ring on my finger. Forget about it too often though, but it won't beep at me. Yeah, there it goes. Just do that all day. Anyway, so we know it works.
And of course, if you have any further questions, you can post them in the chat, or you could also go to our Amazon store and send Mr. Noah Menard a question, and he'll be glad to answer it. And of course, if there's anything, the customer service end of it, you'll be able to call us, and guess who you'll see?
Me.
Exactly.
Maybe me or Wade. I know Annie, she will be out for the week,
Wade.
but if you call her next week.
She'll be here tomorrow, maybe. I don't know.
I thought she was out the week.
I have no idea.
I could be wrong, but I don't think I am because it doesn't happen often. Just kidding.
I don't call her up every morning and say, "Are you coming in today?"
Oh, she sent a mass email. Did you not see it?
She didn't send one to me.
Oh, she sent one to me.
No one ever sends me anything.
I sent you an email at like 10:30 this morning. Anyway.
You sent it to Noah. Noah had to send it to me.
Nuh-uh. I CC'd you in.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so now we're going to talk about our Discovery Compact Binocular Outdoor Exploration Gear. I am always ranting and raving about carrying cases. I don't know what my thing is with carrying cases, but this one has a neat little carrying case, and it even has like a little loop on the back so that you can put it on your belt or, maybe, I don't know, like a strap, but it comes with a strap. I don't know where else you would put that other than a belt. If you have any ideas, let me know. So
put it on your backpack loop.
On your backpack, yeah. See, he's faster. Comes with a cool little cloth to clean the lenses because small hands can also be sticky hands or greasy hands. I mean, I have greasy hands and I touch my glasses all the time, so cleaning cloths are always a necessity. So. These are very small, very compact. They only have one diopter, which is right in the middle, which is a little odd, but usually they have like the one on the right, but this one doesn't. It's got rubber grips for tiny hands, so it's easy to not break. It has a string so that you can carry it around your neck. The string does snap like this if you want to take the choking hazard away.
It's also a safety issue. If the child is wearing it and they get it caught on something, it can pop right off.
Yes, it's great for if you get in a predicament. Like if you shut it in the car door or something. Predicament.
A predicament.
Predicament. It's the first thing that I thought of. But anyway, it's got a quick focus wheel. I was ranting about these because I can see the camera, which when we have optics on the show, that is something that we usually comment on, is that the cameras are always too close to look at through them. But I can see.
For Annie, she asks, Paul, are you mad I didn't include you in my email? Not particularly. No. Not particularly. I'm okay.
Aw. It's okay. I was just, airing out everybody's dirty laundry. But you can see pretty close on these, which is something that I'm super excited about because there's always too cose. But for these, it doesn't seem like there is a too close. Like I can see everything. Don't look directly at the light. That was not pleasant. And it doesn't get any less clear as I look far away. Like I can see perfectly at Paul's computer, I can see the camera, I can see Noah's computer. I'm just being nosy, as I am. So these are for ages, don't remember where I saw it. I think it was 6 and up, if I'm remembering correctly, but my memory isn't all there. It's got a 30mm lens, so that has to do with the objective side. And I think that's all I had to say about these. I always say and as if I have more, but I usually don't. So we are going to wrap these up, stick everything back in the case, and move on to something else. So I think it says right, 5 and up. See, I told you, can't trust my memory. It never knows what it's talking about. So fasten that up, turn around, and Discovery Sky and Nature Scope. Again, I have the carrying bag to showcase instead of just talking about it and how awesome it is. It's this cool velvet texture. I love it. You love it. We all love it. We're gonna just slide it right out of there. Whoop. And I believe this one also comes with one of those cool little cloths, but it's wrapped in the directions, so I'm not gonna pull it out. So you can see up to 8 times closer. It's great for stargazing. It's got a cool picture of the moon on the back, which leads me to believe that you can look at the moon with it. The large lens for bright viewing. You can see a lot of light intake.
It's one of the original type, like a telescope kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's sort of the original thing that they made back at Galileo and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then Galileo improved upon it and made the Galileo Scope. And isn't there a Galileo Scope over there somewhere?
Yes, I have the Galileo Scope right.
Doesn't it focus the same way?
Ta-da! Back up.
It focuses the same way, right?
Yes, they both have a draw tube focusing mechanism, meaning that in order to focus it, you just pull the draw tube in and out. The smaller it is, the closer you're seeing, the longer it is, the farther away you're seeing. That has to do with your focal length. Galileo Scope, same deal. I'm pretty sure this is the one that Kent put together for us. And if I can comprehend, yep, there we go. Then it also has a focusing draw tube mechanism. So, as Paul said, they are pretty much cut from the same cloth.
It's one of the original ways of that was 1640s or something like that when I started this number. I don't know.
Yeah, Paul knows because that's when he was born.
I was 2 years old when it came around.
So, anyway, like I was saying, it's a lot like a, what's the word I'm looking for? A pirate scope, like in the movies, like, with Jack Sparrow and everything, when they just pull it out and they're like, shing, and then look through it. Me and Annie were too excited about it being so much like a pirate scope, and we just pulled it out and we're like, why can't we see anything? Oh yeah, because we're focused all the way and we're inside. So what I always say is that if you can't see anything, it's because you're probably looking at something that's way too close. So try backing up, getting a different perspective, and you will probably see a little more. I'm going to rave again about the carrying case because it's so portable. I love portability. I love convenience. I think I already said that you can see up to 8 times closer with this. It's great for terrestrial and celestial sights. I love those words. So terrestrial, I think, means like on the planet, like on the ground. Maybe not on the ground, but like in this atmosphere kind of thing. Like you could see the clouds. It might be a little hard to see clouds since they're basically water and air, but like, you know, mountains, trees, birds, things far away that are down here with us, but then also great for seeing celestial sights that are things are beyond our atmosphere, such as stars, the moon, things of that nature, you know, satellites. It might be hard to catch a satellite though because they're so fast. Anyway, moving on. So now I'm going to put the Galileo Scope back before I totally forget that I have it over here. Landing. You love my sound effects, Paul?
Yes, it's very professional. And,
yeah, I'm basically my own director.
You know,
I'm just
we
kidding.
could
I
use
appreciate
those
you.
for my next film that I make.
So, I thought I had something new from Pekka, but I didn't. So this is the Discovery Biological Microscope. It is a 900 times power microscope set. I was most excited about this. I love microscopes. Seeing things like super close up is like one of my favorite things. This is for ages 8 and up, so you know, make sure that you're monitoring your kids, especially the little ones. So we're gonna go ahead and open it up. I always think this, like, I always catch a glimpse of this picture on the front of like the super close up animal leg, and it always freaks me out. But you know, that's the kind of thing that you can see, and if it's the kind of thing that you're into, maybe it would interest you. Me, just kind of grosses me out a little bit. So I did the exact thing that I was shunning whoever used this before me for doing, and I left the light up because that's something that's super cool about this thing, is that there is no power button. When you're done with the light, you just flip it upside down, and there's a little mirror on the top. But if you need the light to illuminate whatever you're looking at down here, you just flip it back up and the light turns on, and then turns right back off when you flip it down. So if you want to avoid your batteries dying sooner than they should, make sure that you have the light flipped up. So I'm going to go ahead and set this down here. We're going to talk about everything else that comes in it. It comes with 5 prepared slides and 7 blank slides. So the slides that it comes with, I know we were looking at them earlier, had like an apple and a couple different leaves and some cool things that would be cool to look at close up. And then the 7 blank slides, you could just put whatever you want on there. Go out in your backyard, find some dirt, or maybe the water from your faucet, or something cool like that. Just say, I wonder what that looks like 900 times closer. So, but I believe this goes from 100 times to 900 times. So if you're a little too close and you want to see what it looks like from a little farther away, but not, you know, like your eye level, then you could just switch your magnification right here, and it clicks when it's in place, so you don't got to guess. You just turn, and that satisfying little click, and ta-da, you're looking at it from a different magnification. You get closer and farther away by moving the little draw this knobs, that's the word. Had to think about it for a second. But you know when like there's an obvious word like table, and you're like, no, I have no idea what you're talking about. That's me, except all the time. So anyway, yeah, you get closer and farther away by moving these little knobs, so that's super cool. I know we were talking about with our other one how the eyepieces get switched out, but this one, instead of switching out your eyepieces, you just switch this little dilly down here. So it also comes with brine shrimp eggs and a hatchery. So if you want to see like the life cycle of brine shrimp, which is something that I would have never thought about on my own, but now that I've heard it, I'm like super interested, then you can totally do that with this set. It comes with red dye and blue dye to look at under the microscopes and see how it affects your shrimp and things of that nature. It comes with a scalpel, a little needle-like tool, and some tweezers for picking up whatever you find outside, cutting up things that you find outside. But as with most things, and especially sharp objects, make sure that you are monitoring your kids. You're watching what they're doing, because it is easy to cause an accident with things like this. So it comes with a Petri dish that I have no idea why it has an ant on it, but if you do catch ants, let them go. Don't capture ants in your Petri dish and hold them there in a little ant prison. That's not nice.
Egon says great sound effects. Just so
Great.
you know.
Oh, thank you. I'm like a one-man show here. I make my own sound effects. So it comes with a cute little test tube and 2 smaller test tubes. So it's a lot of DIY, do it yourself, make your own experiments, decide what worlds you want to look into. Because it's always, it reminds me a lot of space. Like, I know that they're two very different worlds, but if you think about space and you think about the microscopic world, they're both the same in the sense that they're almost incomprehensible, but they're just comprehensible enough that make you go, wow, there's so much. Like, I could never comprehend how much there is, but the little bit that I do get to see is absolutely amazing. And that is why I always get so excited about microscopes, because like everything that you do, what I'm doing right now, what you're doing right now, what Paul's doing right now, there are little worlds on your hands and on your desk and on your clothes that you aren't even a part of, but you are a part of because you're in it. Anyway, thanks for coming to my TED Talk about microscopic things. So, Paul, how much time do I have left?
22 hours.
22 hours. Wow, I've just breezed through this, didn't I? So, Paul.
You've got 35 minutes.
35. Dang, I really did breeze through this, didn't I? That's why Paul kept telling me to breathe in between. So
I was trying to get you to breathe, yeah.
Yeah, time to what, huh?
Trying to get you to breathe.
I know.
You're going to pass out.
I told you, I just forget. Like, my mind's like, breathing? No. So, to fill the time that I have so graciously blown through, I'm going to talk about our planisphere, because it's always a great thing to come back to. This is not what your planisphere will look like if you do order one through us. I believe it is in the Amazon, whatever table. Yeah, over there. It's over there. This is what yours will look like if you buy one. It's double-sided, so you've got the southern hemisphere and the northern hemisphere. Did that backwards? Northern, southern. So, yeah, this is our big one. Like I said, this will not be what yours looks like if you get it. You line up what the sky is going to look like based on the date. So we've got all of our months on the side over here. It is currently July 7th, right? No? The 5th. Today's the 5th. Wow, Lucy, catch up. Okay.
Well, no, you're ahead.
You were not going to help me there either. You're just going to, it is around 3 p.m., 5, 4, 3. So,
Trenton says, inhale oxygen and exhale knowledge.
Aw, thank you. I think that's a compliment. Annie says, have Paul show the video. Annie is not happy with my explanation and wants Paul to show the video. So I'm going to talk for a little longer.
You know what?
What?
This is not Annie's show at this moment in time.
We are going to roll that video, though, because Kent does explain it so much better than I do. But because I'm being so last minute with it, we're going to give Paul time to find it while I talk for a little longer. So I think, yeah, 5 p.m., 4 p.m., 3 p.m. So it's about, boop, that's what our sky looks like in Arkansas right about now. So you can see all this cool stuff. Can you see Pisces right now? That would be super cool. I don't know about y'all, I am a Pisces. So it's obviously the best one. Not trying to start a fight in the comments, but it is. I see Leo. Paul is a Leo. So interesting little tidbit of information there.
Where is the video? It's like gone.
I have no idea. Annie said, no, that's not true. I know, Annie. I'm just picking on you. Even if that she doesn't want to listen to me talk about it, so she wants to listen to Kent talk about it. Kent gets the show 4 out of 5 days. I get it this day. This is my day. I'm kidding, Kent. I'm so glad that you do the show. So
you know how to work these, though, don't you?
What?
You know how to work the planisphere.
I do know how to work the planisphere, but Annie just really wants to hear Kent tell us how to do it.
I'll play it in a second.
Yeah. So
for some reason, it's like disappeared from my computer.
It has absolutely.
It was there earlier, and now it is gone.
It's gone forever and ever and ever. So you're just gonna have to listen to me talk instead. You're welcome. Happy birthday. Or whatever, Anyway, stars. So you hold it up, and if you notice when you're holding it in front of you, like so, west and east will be backwards if you're looking at it like this. But once you flip it up and hold it to the sky, you're looking up, west and east all of a sudden are in the right space because, stars aren't down here, they're up here, obviously. So, unless you didn't know that, in which case not obviously. My bad.
Stars are everywhere, though.
They are everywhere. If you think about it, there are stars below our feet right now. There are stars everywhere. That's what I'm saying.
Or are we just upside down and they're above our feet?
See, perspective is reality. In the words of Jeff Probst, perception is reality. I don't know if you know who Jeff Probst is. He's the host for Survivor. Anyway, so I feel like I got my time wrong. No, my time's still right over here. In July, it's super friggin' hot outside. I can't wait for it to be on this side of the months because
it's good. Don't you be jinxing my heat.
I don't like heat. I used to like heat, and now it's like 104 degrees outside, and I had to buy a sunshade for my car. Didn't even know that those things actually served a purpose.
It's only 96.
No, the heat index is like 104.
That's fake heat.
No, that's the real heat. That's why it's called real feel.
Fake heat.
Real feel. Anyway, I'm sad that we can't see Pisces, or maybe I'm just blind and I'm not looking hard enough. No, because there's Aries, so I've got to be like right here, I think. Huh? Move it a little bit. There I am. I called it. I knew it just because Aries was right there. Good job, Lucy. Someone's got to pat me on the back. I think I just hit my microphone. Sorry, director man. So yeah, planisphere. I'm pretty sure I've gone over how to use it, right? Like you just hold it up, and that's where the stars are.
And use the little.
Use the little one. Yeah.
Use the little one. That way you can show them. Like turn it around, and you can see what's on the other side of the sky.
Yeah. So
Now, if you're below, if you're in the southern part of the world, right?
Yeah.
The other hemisphere, it's not going to work for you. You're going to have to get a different one.
Yeah, no. This is just north, just because it's our big one that we use for an example. But, yeah. The little one does have the southern hemisphere, though. This one does not have both. What? It does. It's right here.
No.
It says south.
Right. You're facing north at Polaris, right?
I was reading it wrong.
You put Polaris near the little hole there, and then you'll find yourself where you're at.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you can see everything that's right there on top of you and right there. But if you want to see anything that's behind you, you flip it over, turn around.
Yeah. See, that's why we needed Ken to explain it, because I would never have said any of that.
I've got the video. It's just, it's gone.
He has the video in his possession, just not ready.
It's not where it's supposed to be for some reason.
That's fine. Anyway, so yeah, where if I can put us where we were, I think we are. Do I put it at the begin? Nope, it is 3 p.m. or almost 3 p.m.
Ivan says
I guess
hello.
I could show you what I'm doing, huh? So.
Ivan says hello.
Hello, Ivan. It's nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. If you have anything to say, go ahead and say it, because I'm here and I am ready to answer any questions to the best of my abilities. So what you're going to do is you're going to find whatever time it is. It's almost 3 p.m. for us, so I'm going to find 3 p.m., which is right here at this little dilly, and then we're going to move July all the way over. It is July 5th, so we're going to move July 5th to our little 3 p.m. check, and ta-da, that is what the sky looks like for us right now, showed on the little one instead of the big one per Paul's request. So yeah, like I said before, you can't see Pisces right now, which stinks, but give it like an hour.
The planets should be showing up soon. Next, couple months? So start see the planets? I don't know either. I'm
trusting
an astronomer.
I'm trusting your words. But yeah, see,
I
Aries
can
is
drop the transmission out of my car, but I don't know where the stars are or the planets are.
That's fair. I cannot take a transmission out of my car. Actually just learned that I know nothing about my car. So, like I said before, Aries is right here. So Pisces is like right down.
You didn't have to refill the blinker fluid, did you?
Oh no, I know that blinker fluid doesn't exist. I actually had somebody try to sell me a gasket that wasn't even in my car one time. They're like, yeah, you need this gasket. And then I learned that it's a gasket that's only in 4-wheel drives. And I have a Camry. So,
wow.
I had no idea. I didn't know.
They make a 4-wheel drive Camry?
I don't think they do make a 4-wheel drive Camry. Or if they do, then I'm not aware of it. Mine's from 2003, so it's old as dirt. I say that, but I'm also from 2003. So I guess by default, that would make me old as dirt.
No, dirt is much older.
Yeah, I'm in my prime.
I was there when it first invented.
Wow.
Yeah.
Paul was there when dirt was invented.
That's right.
So, go figure. So what was there before the crust of the earth then?
ions, light rays.
Light
So
rays.
if you're going to look at through the telescope, though, you need to get a sun filter, right?
Yes. Hold on a second. We're going to Velcro this to the back of this again
Yeah, that's
because,
so we don't lose it.
yeah, I will
You guys
lose it.
tend to run off with my stuff.
If anybody's going to lose something, it's going to be Lucy, and I will stick by that because I lose things all the time. Even things that like sit on my desk, but that's usually because somebody else moves them. Sun
Usually the
filters.
stuff I'm missing is somebody decided they needed to borrow it, and when they put it back like on Noah's desk or something.
You mean like that wooden stool that I said I would bring back, and then it was like 24 hours later and you had to go get it yourself?
You mean the box?
Yeah. Yeah, you know. Oh well. Anyway, so I mentioned briefly earlier about how you would put a sun filter on our telescope if you were to look at the sun. This is said sun filter. Obviously, this would not go on the telescope that we were talking about earlier because it's way too big. This is meant for one of our larger telescopes, but you do get to fit it to whatever size your telescope is. So if you're getting it for our 70 millimeter or a much larger one, you would just get one that's the closest size to yours. This is the 7-inch to 12-inch. So you would measure how large your telescope is at the objective side, and you would include the dew shield, because that is something that a lot of people miss out on, is they don't realize that once they get it, it is still going to have to fit over your dew shield, unless you plan on taking it off, but I don't see why you would if you're just putting a sun filter on. So you will measure the diameter, whatever, of the dew shield, and like I said, I'm going to use my own terminology for everything, because if I think too hard about the words I'm using, we'll just be sitting here while I think. Anyway, so you get this, it comes with the styrofoam already on the inside, and then you measure the diameter of your dew shield, and then once you have that, you will just cut the styrofoam on the inside to fit the diameter of your dew shield. And then it'll slide right on there. If you did your measurements and you're cutting right, then it'll be the perfect fit. You might have to squeeze it a little bit, but it's good if it's a good fit, because you definitely don't want it to slide off while you're looking at the sun. That can be super dangerous. So it does need to have a little bit of a tight fit on there. So once you get it on there, this sun-safe film makes it to where you can view the sun safely without risking burning your eyes out of your head, because that would not be a good experience. That sounds very, very bad. I've
got a nice video of Scott here that will show you exactly what happens when you use, for example, solar glasses the wrong way. By putting them on, then looking through your telescope, not a good idea.
He doesn't have the videos I need, but he has the videos I want. So roll that.
So it's a beautiful sunny day, and we have our refractor out, and I've got my eclipse glasses on, and I've got my safe solar filter. Of course, the eclipse is not here yet, but I wanted to take a few minutes just to show you some things about solar filter safety. The filters that we use is the Thousand Oaks material. It is rated to the highest ISO standards, and actually independently tested by us as well. So just to make sure that those standards are met. So if you're going to use a telescope to look at the partial phases, and let me underline partial phases to you, you use eclipse glasses to observe the sun in partial phases when it's in total. If you're going to be on the path of totality, you can take the glasses off, and only during that time, which is going to be roughly 2 minutes this time on August 21st, only during that time can you directly look up at where the sun is, because it's completely blocked out. You'll see the corona, you'll see, lots of really cool effects they'll leave you speechless. But during all the partial phases, you have to have safe solar filtration. So how do you do it properly? Let me show you. First off, let's show you what you shouldn't do. What you shouldn't do is put on eclipse glasses and look through the telescope that's unfiltered. And I'll show you exactly why here. We're going to point the telescope directly at the sun. And right now, we have sunlight coming right through the eyepiece. I can turn that up a little bit. If you use solar glasses and look right at the filter material, you see it's already burning. It's burning a hole right through the solar filter material. That is how powerful a telescope is. So this is definitely something you don't want to do. You can now see that there is a hole through there, and that could be your eye. So this is what can happen if you think that you can use eclipse glasses to look through unfiltered telescopes or binoculars. If you do that, the sun's energy is going to burn right through the filter and burn right into your eye. So if you're going to use a telescope or a pair of binoculars to watch the partial phases of a total eclipse, or just to observe the sun to look for sunspots or something like that, make sure that you are using an over-the-lens solar filter that has the proper ISO safety rating and all of that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this filter on. It's you can see how snugly it's fitting here. This is not about to come off, you know, if you have a loose-fitting filter, use tape. Do anything that you can to make sure that the filter's not going to come off. And then the other thing is too is that finder scopes, optical finder scopes are like little telescopes, and they need to be filtered as well. In this case, I just have a red dot finder. There is no magnifying power to it, so I'm not going to use it to sight the sun in. The way I'm going to sight in the sun is literally as I'm going to look down at the shadow and align the scope up so I'm getting the smallest shadow possible of the telescope as it's hitting the ground. And now I can safely look at the sun in comfort and look at sunspots, and if we have partial phases going on in the eclipse, I'll see them all.
Thank you, Scott, for walking us through that and letting us know what happens if we do not practice safe sun viewing. That was actually a little terrifying, watching it burn right through those glasses like that. I could not imagine that actually happening to somebody's eye. That would suck. So something that I only touched on very briefly was our Galileo Scope. I only talked about how it focuses, so we're going to jump into the actual scope itself. I don't know a whole lot of tidbits or facts about Galileo himself, but I hear he was a cool dude. He apparently invented this thing, so awesome sauce for you. Anyway, so this is, I believe, our only DIY telescope where you actually build the entire thing yourself, so that's super fun. It comes with the lenses that you need for the objective side and the, eye side, whatever this side is called. So, like Scott said, and like I have said many times, do not look at the sun directly with this. It's even got a handy dandy little sticker over here that lets you know, don't look at the sun. It could cause very bad damage to your eye. So this comes completely disassembled. Me and Annie have assembled it here before. It actually didn't take us that long, and I don't even think we read the directions. I'm not advocating not to read the directions, though. You should always read the directions. Me and Annie just like to wing it. So, like I said, this comes with all the lenses. You don't want to touch them with your bare fingers because you'll get them all greasy, and then once you get them inside the telescope, you're going to go, what's that thumb mark, or what's that fingerprint on my lens down there? That's your thumb. So yeah, use the either the paper, like the tissue paper that comes in it, or maybe some gloves would be super nice, like if you had some gloves at home to put the lenses in, because like I said, you do not want to get your greasy, sticky fingers all over them. So it comes with the equipment to put the whole thing together. It comes with these cool little stands so that you can, prop it up, put it on your mantelpiece, or, display it on a bookshelf, because it's always nice to have something that you're like, dang, I made that myself. That's pretty cool. So yeah, after you build it, you can display it, whatever you want. We talked about how it focuses. The draw tube comes out and goes back in, and the closer it is, the closer you're seeing, and then the farther it is, the farther you're seeing. It is great for stargazing, looking at the planets, looking at the moon, whatever you could possibly think of that you would want to look at through a telescope. It comes with, like I said, like the two halves, like you build the, and I wish I had all the pieces out in front of me to show you, but I did not prepare myself for that. But it comes completely disassembled. Like there is nothing put together. You get to do the whole thing yourself, and you can play pretend that you're Galileo back in the 1600s.
You basically learn how a telescope works.
Yes, you get to see, and it comes with the lenses that are concaved, and I think it's, what's the other word where they're
Convex.
Convexed. See, that was my guess, but I didn't want to sound dumb. But so it comes with the concaved and the convex lenses, and you have to put them together in the right fashion. That's why I say read the directions, because if you put them together backwards, you're not going to see anything, or at least you're not going to see it clearly. So you get to figure out how the telescope works, break it down into little pieces, do it yourself, understand it from another level, from the creator level of the telescope, understand how it works. And it's a great project to do with your kids, or for your kids to do on their own, depending what age they are. Learning the science behind these cool, I don't want to say machines, but these cool things, telescopes. That. So that's all I have
So
about
I've got it in the carousel right now.
Yes.
That's the good news.
Yes,
Along with the sun filter.
along with the sun
Now,
filter.
the sun filter, you need to find the correct size for your telescope. If you aren't sure, send us a message through Amazon, and Noah will ask you a couple more questions and then get with customer service and suggest the correct size for you.
Yes, so even if you don't know the right size, we might, and we can help you with that. You can either talk to Amazon Menard over there, or if you're lucky enough, you might get to talk to me or Wade or Annie, or I'm not saying you're not lucky if you talk to Noah. Noah is great.
You're not lucky if you get to
Yeah.
talk to me,
Yeah, no,
because I can't help anyone with anything like that.
no. Paul can only help himself, but that's okay. It's one of the reasons we
No,
like him.
that's not true either.
Yes, it is, but he won't say it. But anyway, with our Galileo Scope, like I said, it's great to put it together yourself with your kids, with your friends, you know, whatever. And then there is, you know, it's functionality afterwards. So for one, now you have a telescope. For two, now you have something to look at, be proud of, and say, I made that, which is always, you know, like a reward at the end. Like, yay, I made something, and it's mine, kind of. Sort of, yeah. Anyway, so prop
So,
that up. Knocking stuff
got-
over.
If you're out of stuff to do, we can close down shop and move on if you want.
Okay. You say that
Or-
like there was an alternative.
Well, there's always an alternative to everything.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, that's
Objectively speaking.
you don't sing karaoke. Let's not do that. You know, don't tear up the box that you're leaning on.
I'm not even putting that much pressure on it.
No, that's not what I meant. I meant, you know, don't throw it around like a maniac. You can pick other telescopes and stuff back there if you want to keep showing stuff, but it's up to
I
you.
don't think I have any other. Well, I have this big old guy back here, but I couldn't
Yeah.
tell you half of things about this. I'm not that advanced yet, but we'll try. Hold on, 1 second. Whoop. Still in here
Which
with
one
all
is it? That's
sound
the
effects.
question.
It's a big one, that's what it is.
Well, that doesn't help me pick the product in.
This is a telescope. It's one of our first light series telescopes. See,
Not helping.
if you tell me to pick something I know nothing about, we're not going to get any
I
information.
didn't tell you to pick it.
You told me to pick a
I
telescope.
said you
This is the
could.
only other. See, now
There's
we're
a
just
black
standing
one
next to
back
each
there
other.
too. See,
Where at? You mean the
Others-
Galileo Scope?
No,
Oh, the Widow one. Hello, Widow one.
the Widow one. Yeah.
The Widow one, the Widow tabletop one. Look how small the tripod is. Okay, yeah, this one's still gonna keep me company though, because it's huge. And I'm not moving it again. So this is our tabletop National Geographic telescope. I don't remember what the aperture for this one is, but
Annie says that the big one is an FLAR60.
yeah, so we know that now. What else did Annie say? The sun filter is adjustable. I got that. See, that's one thing that I did get and say. Oh, Tyler says she was wrong. Tyler says the 80. To be fair, I didn't know. I didn't even have a guess. So everybody's like, see, now they're just arguing in the comments about if this is a 60 or an 80.
That's all they really do.
Yeah. Wait. No, Because Annie said it's the 60, and then Tyler said it's the 80, and then...
Read the serial number off of it. Isn't there like a
Is there a teller in the... I don't even think there's a serial number in the... There's not even a serial number on this one.
Not on the first slide.
No.
Yeah, they don't have them.
It does have a don't look at the sun warning, though, so that's interesting enough. I could talk about that all day. But then Tyler said it's the 640. Is it the 80 or the 6? We're not even talking about that. We're talking about this one. This is the Whittle one, which is what I'm going to call it from now on. So it has a 20 millimeter eyepiece in it right now. As with most things, it says, don't look at the sun, which we have covered.
National Geographic version?
It is the National Geographic. I think I already said that, but I will say it again.
Nice.
It's the National Geographic version. Make sure you take the dust shield off if you're going to be looking at anything, or else you won't be looking at anything.
Now in the carousel.
It is in the carousel, the Explorer National Geographic telescope. So, this one does not come with our Panhandle mount. This one you just move manually with your hands. You can use this little knob loosens and tightens it, so it just kind of moves freely, and then you tighten it back up, and then so that's how you move it, you know, up and down, things like that on the little plate here.
This is going to be great for lunar and some planetary viewing. It comes with 2 eyepieces and a little Plössl eyepieces.
Yes.
And the mirror there, so you can look down in it instead of having to get underneath it to stick your eye through. You got the little mirror, a little angle mirror.
It's called a diagonal.
Diagonal.
Yes, this is a diagonal mirror. So there's going to be a mirror in here and a mirror in here, and they are communicating and sending the images through here so you can see them in the eyepiece. That's just a super simplified way of explaining how a telescope works. So you're welcome. It's a tabletop telescope. The tripod doesn't get any bigger. It is very portable. So I'm saying it's tabletop. It's really light. I can just, you know, not going to throw it or anything. But the tripod is super small, so you just set it on your table.
Please don't throw it.
I won't. I'll consider it, but I won't. But anyway, it's got a draw tube focuser, so you spin the knob right here, moves the focuser in and out. And then I believe like I said, the eyepiece we have in there right now is the 20 millimeter, and I think the other one it comes with is a 12.5, if I'm remembering correctly. I already covered that they are still just going at it. Just because he said it doesn't make it true. I did this with Paul a few weeks ago. Okay, so what we have come to is that this is either a 60 or an 80, one of the two. But what we know for sure is that it's a first light series and it's a telescope. So we're going to stick with that, stick with what we know. So yeah, you know, whether your telescope is a little one or a big one, our optics are very high quality. You're not going to get any lower quality in the optics just because it's a smaller or a less expensive item. Same thing with our binoculars. So even if it's one of our big bulky pairs or one of our small children's pairs, optics are going to be great either way. So I think I've covered everything that I have to cover and then some. So thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for being patient while I did this on my own. And I can't wait for Annie to get back. Have a great week. Bye-bye.